This isn't something that I normally do, but today I want to take a moment to tell the real story behind my Velus Jones video and the thumbnail from 2 years ago. So today I have a story to tell, guys. I don't know how many of you saw my Velus Jones video from nearly 2 years ago. I was a brand new content creator. I didn't even have 1,000 subs yet. I decided to make long film breakdowns on every rookie the Bears drafted. That was Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Velus Jones, and all the late round picks too, such as Elijah Hicks, Trenton Gill, Dominique Robinson, Jatiri Carter, and Braxton Jones. Well, anyone who has seen my Velus Jones video might recall the thumbnail. It said the next Deebo? Now, for anyone who actually watched the video, they know I didn't really compare Velus to Deebo, but I did see a lot of similarities in the way the Bears could use him. To me, Velus has always been a better runner than he is a receiver. Still to this day, I believe he could be better if they moved him to running back. He's simply dangerous with the ball in his hands. Just like Deebo is often used as a running back, the 49ers find ways to get him the ball. I believe the Bears had a similar plan for Velus Jones Jr., but it simply hasn't worked out yet. But we've seen how dangerous he can be on handoffs and jet sweeps. He has 2 touchdowns. One came on a jet sweep, the other on a touch pass. Anyway, the people who watched the video know that I never really compared him to Deebo at all. Anyway, I got a ton of criticism on Twitter for using that thumbnail. Most of it's come in the last couple of months, even though the video is 2 years old. My detractors search for things and reasons to tear me down. I actually made 3 different thumbnails for that video, and the next Deebo one I made as a joke. The other 2 were titled Bears New Wide Receiver and Bears New Weapon. I was still very new to content creating, so I brought a fellow NFL draft enthusiast on the show with me to discuss Velus Jones' potential. During the discussion, we talked about how the Bears would use Velus. We both agreed the Bears' plan was to deploy him in a similar role that the 49ers used Deebo, as a gadget type of weapon who takes handoffs, jet sweeps, and screen passes, and can even line up in the backfield. I still believe that's how Velus is best utilized. I don't think he's anywhere near as talented as Deebo Samuel, but he's a weapon with the ball in his hands, and I actually think he could get moved to running back this year. But I have a reason for telling this story today, and it's why I avoid social media for the most part. After recording that video 2 years ago, I reached out to the guy I recorded with for some advice on the thumbnail. I asked him which of the 3 thumbnails I made would he recommend me using because I couldn't decide. He suggested I use the next Deebo one, that people would be more likely to click it. I took his suggestion. It worked and became by far my most viewed video at the time. To date, it has over 36,000 views. But now, nearly 2 years later, I wake up to a tweet this morning and he's using the thumbnail he suggested to make fun of me and say I don't know football. It's stories like this that are a cautionary tale about social media and how fake people can be. I find it hilarious that he would try to use his own suggestion against me and posted screenshots for proof on Twitter. The bottom line is I never thought Velus was the next Deebo. I did, however, believe the Bears would employ him in a similar role and that he's a better runner than he is receiver. Both of these things seem true, but I definitely never saw his issues catching punts in college. He had 0 muffed punts while he was at college, and something happened at the next level where he just hasn't been able to have that success translate to the NFL, and he struggled mightily catching punts. For those who missed it, I dropped my full Malik Neighbors scouting report last night. Please check that one out. Remember to hit that like button for me. I have a ton more content on the way. I have part 2 of my special with Glenn Morgan that I recorded. It's a shorter video that should be out tonight. And tomorrow night, I have part 2 of my collaboration with Adam Mason, talking about his favorite draft prospects. Please hit that like button for me, guys. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.